Before we can look at any kind of text manipulation, such as changing the typeface and the font, or deleting text, or changing its case, then we need to be able to select text. Now you would have thought that that's fairly simple, and it is. We could just simply use the mouse to drag across, so click and drag across to highlight the text that we want to change. But even if we stick with the mouse, or not, if we use some of the keyboard shortcuts, there are quicker and faster ways of highlighting text in Word. For example, if it's a single word that we want to affect, we can take our mouse and double click, and it will pick that word up. As you can see there, it's picked databases up. Amounts, access, databases, database, control, transactions. Simply double click a word and it picks that word up, spotting the end and beginning of the word by the spaces around it. We can also use the mouse to highlight a line of text. If you come to the edge of the paragraph and just go that little bit further, you'll see the cursor changes into a white arrow. Simply click at that point and the line is selected. And then we're able to go away and format, delete, change case, etc. If at this same position you actually double click, then it will pick the paragraph. You can see how there it's selected the whole paragraph. So I can do that against any line within the paragraph. That one there will pick this paragraph. That one there will pick this paragraph. So that's just to the left of the text and a little bit further so that the cursor changes into a white arrow. Single click for the line, double click for the paragraph, and in fact triple click will pick the whole document up. So that has highlighted the whole document. Click away to deselect. Now we can also highlight the whole document using the keyboard. Control A for all will highlight the whole document. So if you need to change the typeface or increase the font for the whole document or the colour, Control A picks the whole lot up. Be very careful at that point not to actually press the delete key on the keyboard, because with everything deleted, it's gone. Obviously, we know we can bring things back using the undo feature that we're going to explore shortly. So clicking away will deselect. Now if you want to stay with the keyboard, because your hands will be on the keyboard more than the mouse using a word processor, then we can highlight using a combination of keys. If we hold down the Shift key and use the little arrow, it will highlight then in the direction that you move. So you can see there I started at the beginning of the D, and the right arrow key adds on one character each time. Going left takes away one character each time. If I get as far back as the cursor, then going back highlights one character at a time to the left of the cursor. So that really is not a fast way of highlighting, but extremely useful if you're trying to pick up a single letter to change. So if I want to change that A, hold down the Shift key, a little arrow to the right, and it picks up a single character. And the single character is usually quite hard to select when using the mouse anyway. Now, if you want to pick words up or multiple words up, that's not really a very fast way. If, however, you hold down the Shift key and the Control key, then go to the right, you can see that it picks up a word at a time. So the next right arrow will pick the next word, next right arrow the next word, next right arrow the next word. So we're able to add on whole words really very quickly. And in fact, if I go left arrow, it takes off a word at a time. Come all the way back to the cursor and go left, and it highlights a word in the left direction. So that's using the Shift and the arrow keys in combination with the Control keys, and we can start to add in quite quickly lots of words. Also with the keyboard, if I do Shift and down arrow, it picks up a whole line. So it picks up from this point to the end of the line, and then from the beginning of the next line to this point, so the same physical point. And I could go down again and it'll pick up the next line, down again, next, down again, next, down again, next. Or we click to come away. If I do Control, Shift and the down arrow, you'll see that it actually selects the rest of the paragraph. So not the whole paragraph that we do with the mouse, but the rest of the paragraph. Which means if I were to start at the beginning of the line and do Control, Shift, down arrow, it would pick up the whole paragraph. Down arrow brings the gap, down arrow again brings the next paragraph. So it's all combined with the Shift key. That's the key that does the highlighting really. The arrows on their own are single characters and single lines. Combine that with the Control key and we start to add in whole words or whole paragraphs if we go up and down. So that's selecting text in a Word document. The keyboard is very useful. Control A should be a keyboard shortcut everyone knows for selecting the whole document. The mouse is very helpful when picking up a line or a paragraph or again the whole document. Or even a single word is very quick with the mouse. Double click and you've got the word. Once you're able to select text, we are then able to progress and look at formatting, deleting, changing case, color, etc.